have 3 classrooms here that we use. We teach a high flex, which means that some of the classes are in person. I have 2 classes that I teach, so I teach a lot of different languages and different students from different cultures. My beginner class meets for 2 hours, 3 days a week in the morning, and then I assign them homework to do each day that they have class. We also have an extra day of just homework day. Intermediates meet in the evening, also for 2 hours, three different days, and they also have homework to do on Canvas, which is a platform that I'm trying to use with them so that it will prepare those that are planning to go to college, because that's a platform that they use there. So for each of my classes, I try to choose materials, and again, I have a curriculum piece. So for beginners, we try to make sure that there's a good reading source that they can have, hard copy, that they can practice as they're learning to be more fluent readers. And the ones that we use is called City Stories. And what I do is, in my class, I have at least one volunteer each day to help me. And we go into breakout rooms and we use the City Stories for reading on 2 different levels. So I will work with one level while my volunteer works with a different level. And we read the story together. We talk about comprehension. We talk about different vocabulary words to try to build their vocabulary, to build their understanding for that. The beginner level, I also work a lot on phonics. And with phonics, we use an online platform called ABC Phonics. And it, again, is leveled. So in the beginners, we're doing a lot of blending, a lot of learning vowel sounds, putting them together, reading sentences, and finally reading paragraphs. So we do a little bit of that each and every class. I usually start with phonics. We always do reading each and every class because it helps them to learn to read words correctly with the correct pronunciation. And then the other thing that we do is more of a curriculum. When I say that, it's usually from a different publisher. It could be Side by Side, it could be Ventures, it could be, what else have we done? We've done Standout, we've done Minnesota Library or Literacy. So that one, that's where we bring in the different units on jobs or the grocery store for beginners. We're trying to teach them life skills because they're new to the country, and so they have to learn to navigate so many different systems. So we work on filling out forms, how the grocery store is set up, department stores, shopping for clothes, the different sizes, because they're often different from their home countries. So a lot of life skills in the beginner class is what we try to focus on. In my intermediate class, they have a more advanced English level, but we continue to work on vocabulary. And what we do with our vocabulary is we take 5 words every 2 weeks about. And so we have a book called Words to Learn By that we just use these words over and over and over again with matching, fill in the blanks, giving examples. I try to have the students use each vocabulary in a question, and then I have them use the vocabulary word in a sentence, kind of as a fun activity for the conclusion of each of these 5 for the 2 weeks, is I have them pair up with another, and they ask their question that they've written to their partner, and the partner has to try to talk for 2.5 minutes on answering that particular question that uses the vocabulary word. Then they'll switch, and the person that first asked the question will have to speak for 2.5 minutes. And then I'll switch the breakout rooms, which is how we can pair them up when we have this high flex class, because I have, as I said earlier, we have 2 days are in person and Zoom option, and then 1 day is Zoom only. So if I only have Zoom, how I do it is I just make breakout rooms. Sometimes it's random, and sometimes it's more by their levels depending on what they're working on. With the intermediates, besides vocabulary, we work on a higher level of phonics, I'll say, because it's more of what do you do when you see a word that you've never seen before? How do you attempt to say the word? How do you try to figure out what the meaning is? So for that one, I use the book Mega Words, and it has two different levels that we use, and basically it's learning syllable rules of how to divide a word, and once you divide the word, what vowel are you going to try long? Are you going to try short? Are you going to try a special sound called schwa? Or is it R-controlled? And that helps them learn better pronunciation. And then we break down the word, and there might be a smaller word that they know within that word, and they'll kind of say, I think this word means, so hopefully that helps them as well. The intermediates, I also try to help them with their writing skills. And of course, if you're going to do writing, you talk about grammar. Grammar I've done in a couple ways. One of the things is to use Burlington English, which is another online platform that we use. And I like it because there's a classroom side of it. And then the students all have a Burlington English account where they can work on a similar lesson to the one that we did in class, but it's different. And so they get to practice on their own and see whether they really understand the concept, the grammar, the civics sometimes they have involved, or whatever the topic is that we're working on in class. Another component that we do in intermediates is civics. Civics is learning about the United States and the history of it, how our government works, the three branches of government. And I feel that that's really important for the students to learn, because after they're here for 5 years, they can then study for citizenship and become citizens of the United States.
The New Hampshire Department of Education has us testing our students after at least 40 hours of instruction. That includes both attending classes and also homework hours. Usually it's around the 60-hour, after around 60 hours of instruction. At that point, we will see if the student has made any measurable skill gains. Of course, we have to look at the whole picture, the holistic picture of how the student has improved. You know, the confidence is a really important element, whether they are workforce ready. But I think having that piece of paper in their hands where it's said that, oh, you've gone up a level, that is very encouraging. We provide textbooks that help with grammar. We provide books that are actually sponsored by the New Hampshire Humanities Connections programs. And just reading in a different language is so important, because reading is where you get your fluency, your pronunciation, your comprehension. So it's a really important element. We also do listening exercises. We use a program called Burlington English, and that helps with homework, where students can learn in their own time and work at home, and it gives a really individualized assistance really to the students to help learn in their own time. Apart from that, there's also speaking up in class, participating, encouraging all the students to participate. We have classes that are both in person and on Zoom, so it's like a hybrid version. Once a week, they can come to my class in person, and we have the Zoom option as well. The Zoom option has remained open because it helps students who are not able to travel. They don't have their own transport, and maybe the buses kind of don't quite go past their residents to come to our classes in person. So that opens up more opportunities. I still maintain that learning in person is better for the student. We also have digital literacy, where we also provide North Star as another application where the students can go at a self-paced level. So yes, a multitude of books and applications really to help the individual student on their journey. The joy that it brings me with working with immigrants and refugees, they teach me a lot. I know that these students have been through immense hardships, and they teach me how to be resilient, how to look at life with, this is the opportunity that, this is where I am now, let's make the best of it. So while I teach them English, they teach me a lot of life lessons. I teach these two classes, which are 3 times a week for 2 hours each. So that's 12 hours of active teaching. But as you know, with teaching, there's a lot of preparation that goes into it, a lot of homework, correcting, and constantly improving our own education so that we can pass on that knowledge to our students.
I learning English and with this group many things about communicate, many expression, vocabulary. My work right now, it's more easy for me for communicate with the other people. I feel more comfortable. This class helped me improve more. For they give a certificate and so another they graduate and I'm so happy. I bring my little one here and yeah, it's so exciting.
The language is very important for each and everyone. If you are a migrant or refugee or coming to US, English is very important for you to learn it because it will help you with a lot of things like the daily basis, the daily basis things. If you want to go to supermarket, you are going to office, you have to have the language at least to get in communication with others. So yes, there's a lot of changes happen. I can say when I come I have that English, but it's not that perfect. But when I start the school here, I feel my English is improved more than before. And I can say if I continue, I will be perfect in English. Yeah. My hope for future is to improve my skills and my life to be improved by, my life will improve by when I learn a good English and I will be perfect in English, everything will be improved. If my English is good, I will be having access to go for my higher education here in America. I will get a good job also. So this is the changes and the improve when I continue learning my English. The method of teaching, if comparing with where I'm coming from here, is very advanced and it's good because they have options. I know now the classes from Zoom, sometime from Zoom and sometime in person. From where I'm coming from, we don't have this technology. Like you are home, you can study in a distance. This is a good method also, and it giving opportunity for anyone and chance to study. So I think here is good method here in the school and the classes is good. Today was an amazing day. We met with the other classmates from the morning, from the evening, and we are from the morning classes. We met with wonderful people here, and all the teachers they're here. Today is a great day. It's good, very nice.
In this
Morning class, I feel like I improve my English very well because I speak more with other people, with the teacher. I learn some new vocabulary, so I'm happy with this class actually, and I want to continue. Of course, here is better because I am learning with American teacher, American accent, and we speak more. In my country, it was just Syrian teacher. So here I use English more. In my country, I was using my own language. Here I use English all the time with class, outside. So I'm improving here more than in my country. I feel too much because, as I said before, I use English everywhere. If I go to market, I have to speak English. If I go anywhere, I have to speak English here. So I improve my English very much, more than before. Actually, it's very good to meet people from different countries. This also, it can give us power to continue. Yeah, to speak English very well as the American people.
I learned a lot in this class. This class helped me to obtain my citizenship. Yes, when I come here, this class permitted me to improve my English. Now I speak more. I'm capable now to speak with the people and go to my appointment with the doctor and speak in English with her. The event was very nice for the student because this motivates everyone to continue to learn and improve.
So today was our end of year celebration. We recognized the achievements of our students. So this year, our end of our year is on Monday. We go from July 1st to June 30th. The adult education definition of a student is somebody who has attended at least 12 hours of class and gotten an assessment. So by that metric, we have served 345 students this year. We do have students who start and leave the program at different times, so we don't have that many students all at once. But as of today, we are currently at 214 students actively enrolled right now. So we're finishing up getting ready for our summer class rosters, and we'll have some students who are leaving the program for a variety of reasons, some who've completed the program, others who are moving away or have work conflicts, and new students who are going to be joining off the wait list or moving up another level, and new classes that we're looking to start in the next couple of months as well. A lot of our students are coming with very little or no education from their home countries. They might be coming with, not knowing a word of English. They might be coming without necessarily ever having, held a pencil or learned how to, read or write in their home language. So students who have that kind of background for their education before coming here, really do take a while to progress through all the levels. The feedback we get is generally very positive. Our center is the second biggest ESL program in the state and the biggest one in Manchester. We have been increasing our enrollment every year for the last, since COVID, basically. We have over 200, close to 250 students on our wait list. So that tells me that, the word of mouth is getting out, that students are, really getting something out of our program. They're telling their friends. Their attendance has been, really good this year. Students are really motivated to get into class and keep a spot in class. So they know that there are a lot of students who are waiting for a spot.